Okay, we have the Chariot in the center, and as usual with this card, quite dynamic energy is happening here. So this could be a week where you're on the go, you're on the move. The car transportation may also impact you this week or be your focus. Travel as well with the Chariot energy, but for the most part it's very busy and you could be pulled in so many directions that you just can't keep up. But you do keep up, you just feel like you can't for the most part. Now on the general side, we have the World and the Hanging Man with the Four of Wands. So it's kind of like with the World here that you've closed some sort of chapter. You put an end to something, or something just came to a natural close. And it more than likely was for your benefit. And it was a good thing. And I think that it's giving you a new perspective with the Hanging Man here. And you may have been waiting for something to kind of finalize. And you may have been waiting a while, as the Hanging Man is just like, feels like he's there forever. And now you've got something to celebrate this week, whatever that may be. But there could be also an event as well that you've been anticipating, and maybe again you've been holding your breath for this to come your way, or for this to just happen, looking forward to it. And it's good, it's stable energy, it's fun at times. I don't know why I say at times, but I see the Three of Cups is more fun than the Four of Wands. But there is a celebration here, so I feel like that ends on a good note. Now, if we just jump over to love, things get a bit complicated, it feels. You got the Lovers with the Queen of Cups. And that could be you, being that she is water energy, but this could also represent someone that you have quite a passionate connection with. Now, you may be having a lot of dreamy vibes for this person with the Moon here. Like a lot of romantic feelings. You may not be expressing them because the Moon can be hidden energy. And in some cases, some of you guys could be having just a lot of strong emotions, whether it's not dark, but it could like reach into fears and feeling sad for whatever reason over a partner that maybe right now they're not in the picture, you're not connecting with them, you miss them, could be something like that. But I do see this strongly as a potential for a very romantic energy. When I get the Moon and the Lovers together, it can be just so romantic, but also clandestine, also a bit of a secret here with this energy as well. Now, just going to jump into clarification cards and Chariot. I think the Chariot is pushing you quite a bit, and you may either be pushing yourself or feel like you're being pushed around. And I don't mean like you're weak and people are pushing you around, although you could be dealing with that energy. I feel like so much is going on that at some point during the week, you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can take it anymore. And you just have to kind of stop, pause, and regroup here and there because of this energy. Like he needs to just put all his weight on that one little wand because he doesn't want to collapse. So you may be dealing with that sort of just being pushed to your limits energy. General. Okay. Another 4, which indicates stability coming through for you this week. And we kind of have that with the World as well, I think, because that puts a nice wrap up to situations that you were looking to close out on. I do think that whatever the circumstance, you're now able to feel more at peace, feel more relaxed, and maybe now a situation has recovered itself, whatever that may mean to you. And again, I still think that it's about a celebration of sorts with the Four of Wands. Could involve a home too. I don't know necessarily in what context, but you feel relaxed about your circumstances regardless. What is the Four of Wands? The Ace of Cups. So this Four of Wands is bringing new emotions into your world. And let's see, in what way does the Ace of Cups lean? It's my tricky ace for me, it's much like the Ace of Swords. Judgment, okay. It's like whatever the Four of Wands is leading you to feelings you didn't know you had. And they may be coming out, bubbling up in a big way, because Judgment is quite a big energy, and it's very similar in some ways to a tower. And it's like these feelings are being resurrected. So again, this may be about feelings you didn't know you have about something, and you may be feeling a bit mixed, like a little bit unsure about what's going on. Like, I didn't know these feelings were here. What's happening? That's also coming through. Got a little strange, but all right, let's go to love. we have the Page of Coins. Interesting, her face has a bit of a ego, cockiness to it that I feel in this moment. Now, for the most part, I do think that there is an established connection that's happening here. There are conversations between you and someone. This is single or coupled, and they're in depth pretty much. Coins energy puts the time and effort, and it's also at a not a cautious pace, at a slow pace. It doesn't mean that it's slow moving between you and someone else, but there's the energy of taking your time, or the person wanting to take their time to get to know you, you them, and spending a lot of time together. Could also be the situation here. What's the moon? It's definitely leaning towards romance. And again, we have this sort of resurrection of feelings that are coming back. Deep feelings surfacing of good memories regarding someone. And it may involve the past, or it just may involve feelings that you haven't felt in a while, and that could be for someone new. And you're enjoying that moment, as this card depicts happiness. A carefree energy as well. Let's just go ahead and start with the center card, which is the Four of Chalices. I hate this card. So it's definitely not the worst, but it's kind of my extremely bored card. When is something going to happen? Or at times too, it could be invitations pouring in, but there's a lack of interest here in the Four of Chalices. She's looking out the window. It actually seems like in her case, things aren't working out. The rain could be delaying her plans, and it feels as though whatever's being brought towards her is just unattractive. They're not good opportunities, at least in this person's eyes, which is more than likely your eyes. So you're not feeling it. You're not feeling whatever's going around, or whatever's happening today. And you may feel like you're a bit left out this week. Some of you may have like some cold, for instance, or again, the weather could suck and it's just like intruding on your plans. So you're staying in and you wish you were out, and that's making you unhappy. That's the type of energy I get with this Four of Chalices. And we also have the Five of Chalices in the general side, the Five of Chalices with the Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Chalices as the outcome card, which I want more information for this because I would love this as the outcome card, but it's not surrounded by energy that I like. So I feel like this is a bit of a dream, not saying that it's out of reach at all. I mean, again, this only represents 1 week, but rather there could be a situation involving family or love here, or something where there's a strong, a huge emotional tie, being the Ten of Chalices, and it hasn't quite worked out. We have this energy here of feeling like something's very disappointing. She's looking at her garden and the flowers are wilting, the cups are spilled over, there's just nothing there, and she's just like, what happened? What did I miss? So again, and this, with the Four of Chalices, I feel like this just adds to it, adds to a disappointment, and trying to figure out a situation. Now, some of you could be dealing with, again, family and kids, and somehow there could be the association with money here as well, and it's trying to be, something could try to be decided, and it doesn't feel like those resolutions are happening. Things are still up in the air. Now, if I look at these kids, though, I almost want to clarify her now. If I get, for some reason, like there's one option, there's another option, and the energy of being torn between the two possibilities. That doesn't mean two people. Could be two situations, two possible solutions, things of that nature being presented, but again, it doesn't feel like it gets you where you want to be, mostly because the Five of Chalices here and the Four of Chalices being the dominant central energy for the week. Now, on the love side, we have the Two of Wands with the Queen of Swords, and I want to say first off the bat, we have like solitary energy for me for love. The Two of Wands and the Queen of Swords, you could be making a very strong decision for yourself. Now, this could be with the advice of a mother figure or someone who's older and wiser than you feel. Someone who's older and wiser, has more experience that you can trust. Maybe you're leaning towards them for some of those cold hard truth type advice thing. They could be guiding you in a direction. And you see her energy, she feels like an ice queen. Like she definitely sees through any sorts of illusions to basically give you the truth, I would say. So you could be using this person to guide you when it comes to love for some reason. Maybe there's a choice that you have to make and you feel like you can't do it alone. Now, in other cases, you could be deciding, you know what, I'm going to think of this rationally. I'm keeping the emotional shit out of it before I choose a direction. That could be some of you, and you're taking on the energy of the Queen of Swords, who's analyzing the situation, as I've already said, keeping the emotions at bay in order to decide here, and very confident too with whatever's going on here with the Queen of Swords energy. Now, the outcome card being the Nine of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards. It's a card of luxury. It's a card of feeling comfort in your environment and feeling like, you know, just confident, well off, especially financially, but just in all circumstances. But it's also a card for me of independence. And it does feel like some of you are leaning towards independence when it comes to a relationship or your love life in general if you're single. You know, some of you as well, something else came up. You could be dealing with either your parents or a parent, or it could be your partners as well, and you are choosing something in regards to them, how to approach them or deal with them. Whatever the case may be, if that happens to be your little scenario, I do feel like it ends well. And I feel like, for instance, if you have the opportunity to go somewhere with a partner that involves their parents, I feel like you're choosing, you know what, I'm not really up for it this week. I just rather be on my own, and he's having a good time doing what he wants to do. So that's how I see it. All right, let's get the Four of Chalices. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands, which much like the Four of Chalices is looking off into the distance. And so there's an energy here of your central energy being perspective, I think maybe is the word I'm thinking of. There is a sense of hope that comes through with the Three of Wands here, hoping that the rain will stop and things will get better and you'll be able to have fun this week after all. You could also be thinking about some opportunities that you're not quite interested in, but they're there and you're just like, should I? Shouldn't I? Where could this lead? Again, you're not heavily invested, but it could be something that you're just considering. Let's get one for the general. Judgment. All right, something could be coming to light this week into awareness. This could also be the resurrection of something that you thought has gone away. It's back. Maybe that brings disappointment. This could also be an important phone call, news, information. Let's see. What's Judgment bringing? Bringing the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is not a stationary card at all. So whatever Judgment is bringing towards you, you feel like you kind of have to, again, go against others. We have this energy of needing to stand your ground, perhaps defend yourself or fight for something. Some of you could be getting the energy as well. Like Judgment is essentially bringing your energy back from the dead because you were feeling like, I don't want to get involved. And then Judgment wakes you up a bit, and the Seven of Wands is an active card. It's like, I'm going to fight for this, or I'm going to defend my stance here till, you know, I get what I want. And that could be you just deciding to go for it, whatever that is. Let's get one more. Yeah, we got more energy of like battle, whether it's internal, whether it's outward. You've got other people against you. We have the energy of conflict here. No real court cards. I do feel like it could be associated with family or close friends. You definitely have emotional ties here that are impacted. And what's causing the Five of Cups? Oops. The Magician. It almost feels like you feel as though you've done something wrong, or it turned out the wrong way. You thought you had it under control. You thought that you had everything you needed, and whatever that was didn't work out. And it reads to me like being disappointed in some sort of action that someone has taken, whether it's yourself or another person. Let me get one for the Ten of Cups. Okay. Get one more, because this actually is showing me that you decide, despite the negative energy, you decide to push through it, as the Seven of Wands would, as the Five of Wands would, fighting for something. And it does bring you some emotional contentment here. I also see this as the situation involving friendships, close emotional friendships. Or they could be females in particular that are involved here. 3. Let's get one. Okay. Is that too many? I think that's 3. Fuck it. I'll read it. It's adding more information about this situation being a heavy burden, but you're continuing to use your strength, endure it, and fight past, work past the Three of Swords. So whatever this is definitely has inflicted some sort of pain or disruption in your life, but you are determined not to let it bring you down. With strength and the Ten of Wands, determined to not let the Three of Swords, the energy of the Five of Cups, bring you down. And so you could be spending time with friends to kind of alleviate whatever's going on. As a for instance, and of course this situation at the root of it could be friends, females in your life that are supposed to be close relationships. All right, let's get one for the love before I use up all my cards on the general. Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I get this energy. In some cases, some of you could be focusing on the money, yourself, your comfort, your well-being, your health, things of that nature, with the Nine of Pentacles also as the outcome card, doing things for you. Now, maybe, I don't want to say there's someone that you're interested. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is taking your energy, or you're taking their energy. Let's just see the Two of Wands. There's more Pentacle cards. Some of you could be making a decision about a commitment. Some of your decision could be influenced, as I felt before, with family. A family member's opinion could be a strong influence, or someone who's a very, very close relationship to you. Money itself, work and money could be influencing this choice as well. I'm going to put these back in and just read them independently. You could be communicating with someone, again, for information, for their insight and intuition, which is what I feel is the case of the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. It feels as though some of you, again, with the influence of another person, could be choosing a different direction for yourself. And it is actually giving you some excitement here, whatever that may be. You're choosing something else when it comes to love. Okay. Let me get the Nine of Pentacles before I say what I think. Got another 9, the Nine of Wands. I don't know why I keep getting is like you're taking the chance on you. This guy, the first thing I noticed was that he's turned away from the Ten of Swords. So somehow it does appear to me that in love, you've had a major disappointment, disagreement, something that just wasn't right. And so there's the intention to just go in a completely different direction, whether that's through being single, taking an extended break. You could be just doing something for yourself because your relationship right now is very rocky. And then, oh, sorry. Here, Even with the Nine of Wands, I feel like, and the Wheel of Fortune adding to that, I get that taking a chance on you. I hope that doesn't sound weird, but like you've been through enough, you've had a hard time, you just want to do something fun for yourself. This also kind of relates back to money and having some sort of financial success that maybe had impacted a relationship or your love life negatively. But you still want to continue in that direction because you like putting your energy there. All right, can I get one more overall for love? Two of Swords. Two of Swords is not really into being invested in love this week. It's just like if there are problems, I don't really want to pay attention or think about what's going on there. Let's address it some other time. I really want to focus on something else. I got something big I want to do, or even if it's not big, I got other things I want to put my energy into. Let's just leave things be for now, and we'll get together the following week. If you're single, then I don't feel like this is a week where you're heavily invested in dating others with this Two of Swords energy, or anyone really coming through and attracting you. Death wanted to show up. Okay, so I mean, this for me is just showing as simply disinterest for the time being and not wanting to decide anything when it comes to love if you're in that position. Death is also adding to me the energy of just being alone for this week, being important to you.